Yeah, we go back over to Cora Henderson over at Pitt and Frank LLC. Tony, tough question for us, Cora. She says she put an offer in on a house. The seller counted the next day. They accepted that evening. Seller returned the signed contract the following morning. That's an important point. And the real estate agent let Tony and family know that they had gotten the house. It's under a contract. But then the seller received a better offer and is now trying to back out of the deal. Tony says she was told the escrow deposit was due yesterday, so they already paid that. The title company's inspections are scheduled and paid the bank for an appraisal and financing, and the sellers are trying to claim that the contract can't hold because they returned the signed contract to their agent a day later. I'm not quite sure what that means, but ultimately, what would you suggest for Tony? This does not sound right.
Yeah, just to clarify, I would want to know when the contract was signed. So in the event, there was a counter, so there's an offer on the table, and it had a must be accepted by X time, which I think in your fact pattern said that evening. And so now the seller's trying to claim they never delivered the acceptance to the following morning. So that may be, an invalid point to the extent that it was in fact accepted and signed within the, contract parameters. So I would definitely check on that. In fact, the contract, the board form used by the real estate agents require not only a date, but a time. So there should be evidence of that. Additionally, we are so blessed, I think, with having the DocuSign, AuthentiSign, whatever, subscription that your agent may be using to capture electronic signatures. You can't fiddle with those. It is what it is. It is locked there. So, if it's accepted within that time parameter, the fact that it may have been followed up on the next morning, delivered the next morning, to me is irrelevant. You have proof there and evidence that it was accepted within the acceptable time parameter. So that would be my first look-see in that regard. And so long as it was accepted within that time frame, my next, thought would be, absent a contingency in the contract, then we're looking at a potential breach situation by the seller. And, that's unfortunate maybe for them that they received what they perceived to be a better offer. But at the same time, you were the one that was the early bird and you got the worm. So good for you, Tony.
Yeah, it sounds like it's a bluff to try to get you to pull out so that they can pull on a higher priced offer. And I think Cora's dead on. You got it. I would stick with it. And if you get some more legal opinions on this, other than just your real estate agents, and Cora is going to be available. We'll give you her phone number out in just a couple of minutes. If you're thinking about selling your home, we have a free no obligation booklet. It has hundreds of useful tips. If you want a copy, just send me an email, bob@WeSellLouisville.com, and put selling tips in the subject line. On that same note, we also have, thanks to Home Team Inspection Service, a report on what to expect during a home inspection. Send me an email. Again, I'll send it out to you, bob@WeSellLouisville.com, with the word inspection in the subject line, and we'll send that report out to you as well.